As always, we will begin with our invocation slokas. Om Shuklam Baradaram Vishnum Sashivarnam Chaturbhujam Prasannabadanam Dhyayet Sarva Vignopasantaye. Saraswati Namastubhyam Varade Kamarupini Vidyarambam Karishyami Siddhir Bhavatu Me Sada. Guru Brahma Guru Vishnu Guru Devo Maheshwara Guru Sakshat Parabrahma Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Jnananandamaya Devam Nirmalam Spatikakritim Adaram Sarva Vidyanam Om Hayagrivaya Upasmahe. Shri Rama Rama Rameti Rame Rame Manorame Sahasranama Tattulyam Rama Nama Varanane. Shri Rama Rama Rameti Rame Rame Manorame Sahasranama Tattulyam Rama Nama Varanane. Shri Rama Rama Rameti Rame Rame Manorame Sahasranama Tattulyam Rama Nama Varanane. Buddhirbalam Yashodairyam Buddhirbalam Yashodairyam Nirbhayatvam Arogatam Nirbhayatvam Arogatam Ajatyam Vakpatutvam Cha Ajatyam Vakpatutvam Cha Anumat Smaranat Bhaved Anumat Smaranat Bhaved Buddhirbalam Yashodairyam Buddhirbalam Yashodairyam Nirbhayatvam Arogatam Nirbhayatvam Arogatam Ajatyam Vakpatutvam Cha Ajatyam Vakpatutvam Cha Anumat Smaranat Bhaved Anumat Smaranat Bhaved. Buddhi, Balam, Yashas, Dairyam, Nirbhayatvam, Arogatam, Ajatyam, Vak, Patutvam. All of these become your characteristics. All of these become part of you if you just think and contemplate on Hanuman. That's the meaning of this sloka. Gradually, we will be including this sloka also into our series of invocation slokas. Okay, so today we will be starting the class with Sundarakandam. We will spend the first 30 minutes on the story of Sundarakandam, and then we will sing the song Ambigaikku Mangalam, and then I have some more exercises for you in today's class. Sundarakandam. Sundarakandam is a very important aspect, a very important chapter in Ramayana. Sundarakandam, in the order of the different chapters, happens to be the 5th chapter. Our first chapter was Balakandam, second chapter was Ayodhya Kandam, then the third chapter was Aranya Kandam, fourth chapter was Kishkinda Kandam, fifth chapter is Sundarakandam. Next chapter is the Kandam called as Yuddha Kandam. We are now in Sundarakandam. This is the story where Hanuman is looking for Sita. He finds Sita and gets back to Rama with the message as Kandain Sidayai, I saw Sita. So this chapter was a big turning point in Ramayana, and so this chapter is considered very sacred and very important among all the 6 chapters. A quick recap of where we had been last week. So last week we saw that Hanuman came in to Ashokavanam. He saw Sita, and then to allay all her fears, he had recited Ramayana, and then Sita felt happy. Then he gave Sita Rama's ring. Then Sita was asking if Rama's army is strong enough, would they be able to defeat the big and mighty Ravana and all of his big army. And at that time, Hanuman gave Sita the Vishwarupam. Upon giving the Vishwarupam, all of Sita's fears went away. In the story of Sundarakandam, Hanuman has given Vishwarupam twice. If you remember, the first time he gave the Vishwarupam was just before he left to Sri Lanka from India, when all of the Vanaras were very afraid that they may fail in the task of finding Sita. They've reached the tip of India. There is ocean everywhere in front, and they don't have any place to go, and they have not seen Sita. At that time, Hanuman says, I will take up the whole task on myself. I will go to Lanka. If I am not able to find Sita and Lanka, I will uproot the whole of Lanka, bring it here, so all of us can go in and search. At that time, he gave the Vanaras his form called as Vishwarupam. He grew into the size of a mountain and showed them his real form. Same way, he showed the real form to Sita. So in both the instances, Hanuman's Vishwarupa Darshanam killed all the fears that people had. It allayed all the fears of Vanaras, it allayed all the fears of Sita. So when there is a temple with Hanuman in Vishwarupam, if you go there and see the Vishwarupa Hanuman, your fears will also get allayed. Whatever is disturbing you in your mind, those fears will be allayed, because Hanuman himself is literally saying, when I am there, why do you have any fear? So Hanuman's Vishwarupa Darshanam is very, very important. And then as we saw in our story, just as Hanuman gave the ring of Rama to Sita, Sita gave her Chudamani to Hanuman as her jewel, which he could take back and give to Rama. Okay, now a quick discussion, a very important discussion, I would say. Who came first to Sita's rescue? Was it Rama or Rama's name, Ramanama? So Ramanama Mahimai Abdina, we will have a topic and we will discuss that topic in detail when we meet on week 7. Before that, I want to give you a preview in Sundarakandam based on the story that you have all seen on what Ramanama did. So Sita was in despair. Ravana just came in and warned her that she only has 2 months. Hanuman is watching all of this from the tree. He has to act immediately. At that time, Ramanama comes to Hanuman's mind. Immediately, Hanuman starts reciting Ramayanam. Upon hearing Ramayanam, Sita finds immediate relief. Whatever was bothering her, her mind was very, very pressured. She felt that it was the lowest point of Sita's life. And Ramayanam got her out of that lowest point. When Hanuman hands over the ring of Rama to Sita, she embraces the ring as Rama himself. The ring had the word Ram. So the name came 2 months before Rama himself came to go and rescue Sita. So Ramanama arrived earlier than Rama himself. So Ramanama Mahimai is Ramanamam is considered very, 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 very sacred. Just Rama. It's the smallest of mantras. Rama. Just reciting that relieved people of their pain, of their anguish, gave them confidence, and gave them happiness. We also saw in all the previous instances when Hanuman was crossing the ocean, every time he was losing speed, he recited Ramanama. He said Rama, 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 and he got back the speed. When he was in Lanka and he's seen everywhere, he has searched for Sita everywhere and he's not finding Sita anywhere, he mentioned Ramanama and immediately the Ashokavanam board will come to his sight. So he goes into Ashokavanam. So Ramanama, even in the small chapter of Sundarakandam, has played so many important steps in giving people the solution to their problems. So I wanted to highlight the importance of Ramanama. Who came first for Sita's rescue? It was Ramanama who came first, and then Rama came. Okay. Now Hanuman is about to leave, about to take leave from Sita. At that time, Sita is saying, Hanuman, ever since I saw you, my mind is very, very calm and very, very clear. I feel so happy. This singular statement is very important for us to understand, because Sita is none other than Mahalakshmi. Okay, in all of our lives, when we want happiness, in one way or the other, the happiness factor is related to Mahalakshmi herself. We want Dhanam, we want Dhanyam, we want Santanam, we want Dhairyam, we want Jayam. So all of these aspects like wealth, food, children, and being bold, having victory, Aishwaryam, all of this are factors which all pertain to Lakshmi, Mahalakshmi herself, as Dhanalakshmi, Dhanya Lakshmi, Santana Lakshmi, Dhairya Lakshmi, Veera Lakshmi, Vijaya Lakshmi, Aishwarya Lakshmi, Adi Lakshmi, right? So நம்ம எல்லா வாழ்க்கைக்கும் வந்து happiness அப்படின்னாலே வந்து it pertains to Mahalakshmi. But for Mahalakshmi to feel happy, she had the darshan of Anjaneya. That's why when we go to a temple and we see Anjaneya, we will have that feeling of relief. Anjaneyar பார்த்த உடனே வந்து whatever was clogging your mind will clear. That's why going to an Anjaneya temple is very important. So Sita says, Hanuman, ever since I saw you, my mind is very calm and very clear. I feel very happy. Could you please stay here for one more day? I am your host, and as a host, I haven't even served you food and water so far. I want the opportunity to serve food and water to you. Please stay for one more day. அப்படிங்கிறப்ப வந்து Anjaneya says, Mataji, I have no problems in staying here with you for a few more days. I am strong enough to defend myself and defend you from all these Rakshasis and Rakshasas if they happen to see me. But there will be one small problem. Sita asks, what will be the problem? He says, the longer I stay, the more delayed Rama will be. Then immediately Sita says, no, I want you to leave immediately. I want you to take the message to Rama. I want you to tell him that I am staying strong here, but he has only 2 months time and he has to be here inside of 2 months. And then she says, whatever path you take, from here on, whatever path you take, I bless you with all successes. அப்படிங்கிறாங்க. So that's the blessing he gets from Sita. Now Hanuman is all pumped that the key part of his mission is complete. Finding Sita and getting evidence from Sita, that's complete. But Hanuman also realizes he has some unfinished tasks to do before getting back to see Rama. Now, the key part of the mission was finding Sita, which Hanuman has accomplished. But we always have to maximize our potential wherever we are, right? We all have objectives. Once we meet the objectives, if we have time and resources to pursue more, we have to pursue more and maximize what we learn in the process. Hanuman does exactly that. He says, I've been in Lanka only when it was dark. I've never seen Lanka during daytime. So I don't know how the city looks. I don't know which of the walls of the city are strong, which of the walls of the city are weak. What would be the easiest point of attack? I have not surveyed that yet. So maybe I should stay for a few more hours and figure out how Lanka looks in daytime. Then he says, all these Rakshasis and Rakshasas, they have been troubling my Sita Mata for so many months. I want to punish them before I leave from Lanka. And then he says, no one from our camp has seen Ravana ever. I need to see what Ravana looks like. I need to see what his powers are firsthand so I can take that message back to Rama. And then, upon meeting Ravana, I will instill fear in Ravana's mind that if one monkey from Rama's camp can do so much damage in my Lanka, what will happen when Rama and Lakshmana and Sugriva and all the Vanaras land upon Lanka? I am bound to be defeated. அப்படிங்கிற அந்த பயத்தை ராவணனுக்குள்ள கொண்டு வருவேன் அப்படின்னு he tells himself. Next, he wants not just Ravana to know that defeat is imminent, he wants everyone in Lanka to also know that defeat under the hands of Rama is imminent. He wants to punish Lanka because Lanka kept quiet when Ravana did all the mistakes. Everyone living in Lanka with Ravana, they did not tell Ravana, Ravana, you're doing a mistake. Vibhishana will be doing that shortly. But even until now, Vibhishana has not spoken. Mandodari keeps warning him here and there, please let Sita go. But she is not making a strong move that will influence Ravana. So the key message here is when someone in our close circle is doing a very obvious mistake, if we keep quiet, even we are doing a mistake. We have to stop the mistake. We have to have the strength to tell them that's wrong and take them off that course. Lanka did not do that. So Lanka is also set to get the punishment. Okay, now to an important topic. Anjaneya is Rama's messenger, right? As a messenger from one nation to the other, you have to follow the steps of diplomacy. In our Indian literature, in the Indian epics of Ramayana and Mahabharata, 4 steps of diplomacy are discussed. It's called as Sama, Dana, Beda, Dandam. 4 steps in diplomacy. So diplomacy na enna? I need to do a negotiation with my opponent so that the outcome is good for me and mostly for the opponent as well. I will try every step possible to make sure that me and my opponent both come out well from the bad situation, or I will get what I wanted after I exhausted all the steps there could be in making sure the situation is managed well. So diplomacy la vandu Ramayana and Mahabharata highlight many instances. I'm going to give you a very quick preview of those. First step, Sama. Sama means Samadhanam, make peace, form alliances. When you have an opponent who is in disagreement with you, who has done something that you object to, first step is go and talk to him. Tell him saying, let's make peace, let's not fight over this. Samadhanam, Vellai Kodi Kaatrathu, showing him the white flag. Let's not fight. When we fight, the cost is just too much. So let's make peace and let's solve the problem. If Sama does not work, if the opponent is not coming to Samadhanam, if he is not agreeing to make peace with you, second step is Dana. Dana is coming up with a financially lucrative arrangement with your opponent, whereby he may take that deal and let go of the problem. So some form of gifts and compensations is Dana. There is an example of Samadana, Beda, Dandam in Mahabharata where all of these will get very clear. So first step was Sama, making peace. Second step is Dana, some kind of a deal that will make the opponent give up his strong position. If Sama did not work, Dana did not work, then Bedam. Bedam is recommended. Bedam is we have to destabilize our opposition. Introduce some form of a confusion in the opponent's camp, whereby he himself is trying to solve that problem and you're not his problem anymore. That's Bedam. That's a very tricky step, not an easy step by any means for anyone to take. But if Sama does not work, then try Dana. Dana does not work, then try Beda. If Beda would not work, Only then we go to Dandam. Dandam is war. Dandam is punishment. The key reason why Dandam is kept as the last resort is both the camps will suffer. When you go into war, not only is your opponent going to have destructions, even you're going to have destructions. People are going to lose lives. People are going to lose property. People will need years and years to recover from the war. So even today, when two countries are negotiating, this four-step philosophy is applied, and I felt Ramayana and Mahabharata would be the best examples to introduce to you the idea of the four-step diplomacy. Now, Hanuman thinks, would Sama work for the instance of Ravana? Will Ravana ever come to Samadhanam? He has abducted someone's wife. When you go and tell him, when you go and advise him, it's not going to work. So Sama would not work. Will Dana work for Ravana? Dana is some sort of a deal, a financial arrangement, some attractive offer. Ravana has everything. He is among the wealthiest of kings. He looted everywhere he waged war. So no form is going to make Dana work for Ravana. Will Beda work? Everyone in Ravana's camp is extremely proud of their own talents. When everyone in the opponent's camp is proud of their own talents, you cannot divide them easily. They will all stay very, very strong. So, plus, I don't have time to do Beda. Beda takes time. I don't have time. I am here. I am the only person here from the camp of Rama. I can cause damage. So, I will use Dandam. Appadinu vandu Anumar chooses Dandam. A quick instance of the four-step diplomacy from a different era, the era of Mahabharata. A few of you already know the story of Mahabharata, so I will make this very quick. I'll take the example of Krishna Duryodhana first. So the point where we are in that story is Pandavas have lost everything to their cousin brothers, and Duryodhana is holding on to all their property, all their land, all their wealth. They were asked to stay in the forest for 13 years, which they have completed. And the agreement was that after they finish the 13 years, they will get back the property from Duryodhana. Now, Krishna learns that Duryodhana is not willing to give back the property back to his brothers, back to his cousin brothers, Pandavas. So he goes to Duryodhana. He tries Samadhanam. Duryodhana, they are all your cousin brothers. You are all born in the same house, in the same clan, same family, same dynasty. As much as you want to live well, you definitely want your cousins to also live well. So please give them their property back. Sama, he refuses. I will not give them anything back. Next, Dana. He says, okay, Duryodhana, if you don't want to give them everything back, you retain all their wealth. You keep all their palaces, but just give them back 5 villages. Each Pandava will get 1 village. Let them live with that particular village alone. You keep everything else, just 5 villages. And Duryodhana says, I will not even give them land which can fit into a needle head. ஒரு குண்டூசி அளவு கூட நான் வந்து கொடுக்க மாட்டேன் அப்படிங்கிறான். Sama did not work. Dana did not work. Krishna tries Beda. Beda is from Duryodhana camp. He wanted to take his biggest power away from Duryodhana, which was, in this case, was Karna. Karnan was the strongest warrior in Duryodhana camp. If Karnan is taken out of the picture, Duryodhana camp is weak. So Krishna tries Beda. He goes to Karna and now tells Karna that Karna, your mother is Kunti. Kunti is the mother of Arjuna and Yudhishthira and Bhima and Nakula and everyone. So you are a brother of Arjuna. So I request that you don't take part in the war. But in that case, Karna refuses. Karna says, Duryodhana saved me from disgrace. He's my friend. I have to support my friend. Now Sama did not work. Dana didn't work. Beda, where he wanted to take away the strong weapon of Duryodhana, that did not work as well. So they settled for Danda. Dandam was the war. Of course, the war was an 18-day war, which costed so many thousand lives. But that was the last resort. In diplomacy, in Ramayana and Mahabharata, these 4 steps have been very carefully taken. The one exception was Rama Vali. In the case of Rama and Vali, Rama did not even apply Samadana Beda. He went straight for Danda because Vali set the wrong example as a king. As a king, whatever you do is what the subjects will do. What is the mistake Vali did? Vali took his brother's wife as his own. When the king of a nation can make such a bad mistake, there is no reason to do Samadana Beda. Go straight for Dandam. That's the punishment that Rama gave Vali. Okay, now given that preview of Samadana Beda Dandam, Hanuman has opted for Dandam. We'll take him to the next step. Now Hanuman is planning his steps. He wants to cause a destruction in Lanka and punish Ravana and Lanka for the mistakes they did. So he's planning his next steps. I shall begin with destroying Ashoka Vanam. Once I uproot all the trees and once I destroy the buildings here, I will get the attention of Ravana. I shall attack these Rakshasas. After losing many of these Rakshasas, Ravana will himself come to the war, and I will be able to see Ravana firsthand, see what his powers are firsthand, and then I will leave to see Rama. So Hanuman does not want to defeat Ravana in the war, but he wants to see what Ravana is capable of, what Ravana's camp has in terms of army and soldiers. So he's planning his steps. Now is when Hanuman recites a sloka called as Jaya Panchakam. I have uploaded the audio for Jaya Panchakam on our YouTube channel. So after this class, I want you to go and practice this song. I will, of course, be introducing the song right now here. So Jaya Panchakam. Jaya means victory. And Panchakam means 5 verses. You all know a song which we always sing in our pujas called as Lingashtakam. Lingashtakam is Linga Ashtakam. Linga means Shiva. Ashtakam is 8 verses. So Lingashtakam has 8 verses. It's called Linga Ashtakam. Now Jaya Panchakam has 5 verses because Panchakam means Panch, which is 5. Panchakam means 5. So anala Jaya, when we say as Jaya Panchakam, it means a victory sloka which has 5 verses. This sloka is said to have tremendous benefits when we recite them regularly, and some of those benefits are discussed here. One is you will get victory over your opponents. If you are seeking a marriage alliance for your children, then this particular sloka is said to bring in marriage alliances which you wish and favor to you. It is said to give you relief from any debt, any form of litigation, and relief from diseases. So a very short sloka, it won't even take more than a minute and a half to recite it. So I thought I would introduce that sloka as part of Sundarakandam. This sloka, for those of you who have the book and are reading the story of Sundarakandam from the book, this sloka was recited in Sargam 42. Sundarakandam, by the way, has 68 sargams, 68 small subchapters. This particular verses appear in Sargam 42. Okay, now I want you all to repeat this each line by line. We'll go slow to start. Jayat yati balo ramo, Jayat yati balo ramo, Lakshmanascha mahabala, Lakshmanascha mahabala, Raja jayati sugrivo, Raja jayati sugrivo, Ragave nabipalita, Ragave nabipalita. One more time. Jayat yati balo ramo, Jayat yati balo ramo, Lakshmanascha mahabala, Lakshmanascha mahabala, Raja jayati sugrivo, Raja jayati sugrivo, Ragavenabhipalita, Ragavenabhipalita. In this particular sloka, in this particular line, Hanuman is saying victory to Rama, victory to Lakshmana, victory to my King Sugriva. Dasoham Kosalendrasya, Dasoham Kosalendrasya, Ramasya Klishtakarmana, Ramasya Klishtakarmana, Hanuman Shatru Sainyanam, Hanuman Shatru Sainyanam, Nihanta Marutatmaja, Nihanta Marutatmaja. One more time. Dasoham Kosalendrasya, Dasoham Kosalendrasya, Ramasya Klishtakarmana, Ramasya Klishtakarmana, Hanuman Shatru Sainyanam, Hanuman Shatru Sainyanam, Nihanta Marutatmaja, Nihanta Marutatmaja. Here Hanuman is saying, I am Hanuman. I have these following capabilities and I will take up this task upon myself. He is staking his identity. He is letting people know who he is and what he can do. Naravana sahasram me, Naravana sahasram me, Yuddhe pratibalam bhavet, Yuddhe pratibalam bhavet, Shila bishtu praharata, Shila bishtu praharata, Padapaischa sahasrasha, Padapaischa sahasrasha, Naravana sahasram me, Naravana sahasram me, Yuddhe pratibalam bhavet, Yuddhe pratibalam bhavet, Shila bishtu praharata, Shila bishtu praharata, Padapaischa sahasrasha, Padapaischa sahasrasha. He says, even if 1000 Ravanas come and they wield trees and weapons against me, I will defeat every one of those Ravanas. அப்படிங்கிறார். Artayitva purim lankam, Artayitva purim lankam, Abhivadya cha maitilim, Abhivadya cha maitilim, Samrudarto gamishyami, Samrudarto gamishyami, Mishatam sarva rakshasam, Mishatam sarva rakshasam, Artayitva purim lankam, Artayitva purim lankam, Abhivadya cha maitilim, Abhivadya cha maitilim, Samrudarto gamishyami, Samrudarto gamishyami, Mishatam sarva rakshasam, Mishatam sarva rakshasam. In spite of any hurdles which come my way, I will not lose my resolve. I will complete the task that I took. I will stay resolute. அப்படிங்கிறார். Tasya sannada shabdena, Tasya sannada shabdena, Te abhavan bhaya sankita, Te abhavan bhaya sankita, Tadruscha hanumantam, Tadruscha hanumantam, Sandhya megam iva unnatam, Sandhya megam iva unnatam. So when you take all the steps very intently towards attaining your goal, this particular verse says that all the obstacles will give way and you will have the victory that you so wanted. So if you pray to your role models, if you stake your identity, if you understand your strengths, understand all the challenges which will come your way, and if you stay resolute, If you do these 4 steps, the 5th step of success will come to you. That's highlighted in this slide. Jaya Panchakam gives you a 5-step recipe towards success. First, draw inspiration from your role models, from your leaders. Hanuman's role models were Rama, Lakshmana, and Sugriva. So before he began this task, he says, Jaya to Rama, Jaya to Lakshmana, Jaya to my king Sugriva, victory to them. Then identify your strengths and voice them. Tell people what you can do. Tell yourself what you can do. Don't just think about it. When you give voice to it, when you give words to it, it gets more real. I have the power, I have the ability, I will complete this task. அப்படின்னு நமக்கு நம்மளே சொல்லிக்கிறதே வந்து gives you the strength. Then size up any challenge that you will come up in the process. Understand what those challenges are. Step 4 is be resolute. Be very, very strong. Don't give in. Keep up your effort. And when you do all these 4, in step 5, your opponent recognizes you as a real threat and gives way. You get success. That's the key aspect of Jaya Panchakam. Saying this repeatedly is said to have many benefits. This particular shloka is one of your homeworks for this week. Okay, now let's get into the part where Hanuman begins his attack. He wants to make a mark in Ashokavanam, that he has been to Ashokavanam. He wants to let all the soldiers, everyone in Lanka know that one soldier from Rama's camp made it all the way to Ashokavanam without anyone ever noticing him. So he jumps on all the trees fall uprooted. There is a big temple inside of Ashokavanam, a big building with all the grandeur and all the gold and diamonds and whatever we can think of. Everything is there on all the walls of the particular big mansion, big temple. It's called as Chaitya Prasada. Hanuman says, this is not a place of worship. This is not a place of reverence. This is just a place that shows the arrogance and haughtiness of Ravana. I will destroy it. Abdina, he goes on top of Chaitya Prasada and jumps on it twice. The whole building falls into rubble. Now, upon seeing him, all the Rakshasas who were there, they come and try to attack Hanuman. Hanuman just wags his tail on them, and they all fall dead. They are not now, after Hanuman hits them, they are incapable of doing any further fight. Once all this destruction is happening, someone from there goes and tells Ravana himself, saying a monkey in Ashokavanam is causing big destruction. Ravana gets word. He sends a big troop of 80,000 soldiers to go and attack Hanuman. Inside of an hour, all of the soldiers in Ravana's army die in the hands of Hanuman. Hanuman didn't have to do much. He only had to do self-defense. If someone came to attack him, he will just shove them away, and that's it, done. He didn't really have to use any weapon or any astra to defeat Ravana's army. So when such a massive army can be defeated in the vicinity of Ashokavanam by one Vanara, the entire island of Lanka gets word that a very strong army of Ravana has fallen into rubble by one monkey. Next, to the war, Ravana sends Jambumali, who is the son of his minister, and Akshaya Kumara, who is his eldest son. They both have tremendous powers. They both have lot of divine weapons. They both are considered to be among the strongest in Ravana's camp. He wants the situation arrested quickly, so he sends Akshay Kumara and Jambumali, and they both fall defeated under the hands of Hanuman. Now Ravana is extremely furious. Having lost his son, he is shaken, he is angry, he wants to punish Hanuman as much as he can. He sends his second son Indrajit into the war. Knowing that Akshay Kumara is dead, Indrajit now realizes that only Brahmastra should be used against Hanuman, no other astra is going to work, and he uses Brahmastra. When we began the discourse on Sundarakandam, I mentioned to you that when Brahma, Vishnu, and Shiva came and blessed Hanuman with everything, they had one condition. That condition was when Brahmastra is used on Hanuman, Hanuman has to subdue himself. So once Indrajit uses Brahmastra on Hanuman, Hanuman surrenders. Hanuman surrenders not because he is weak, he surrenders because that is the way he will be able to go into Ravana's court and see Ravana himself. Ravana is thinking. Ravana, upon seeing Hanuman, a lot of things are running inside Ravana's mind. Is this guy Nandi? Is this guy Vishnu? Could he be Indra? Could he be Yama? Who is this monkey? அப்படிங்கிறான். இதுல வந்து the important thing is, why did he think Hanuman could be Nandi? He didn't think Vishnu, he didn't think Shiva, he didn't think Brahma first. He thought his first doubt was, could this be Nandi? Now, why is that? We will be discussing that next week. So, could this be Nandi? Could this be Vishnu? Could this be Indra, Yama? Because in the previous years, Ravana has rubbed all of them wrong. He's done something wrong to each one of them. So he thinks they have come in the form of a monkey to his court. On the contrary, when Anjaneya sees Ravana, he first is impressed. He's impressed by the tejas, by the authority with which Ravana is appearing. He tells himself, Ade Ravana, if you had not abducted Sita, if you didn't commit that one mistake, you had no one in the world who could have defeated you. You had everything. You have the power, you have the valor, you have the Shiva Bhakti, you have all the blessings from Shiva and Brahma. Such a big empire, everyone here is out of fear or without fear, they respect you. Rama was the only person who could have killed you, and if you had not touched his wife, if you had not abducted Sita, no one could have defeated you. Ipdi pannitiye. The great opportunity you had in your life, you just wasted it. அப்படின்னு வந்து Hanuman tells himself. Then Ravana asks Hanuman, who are you and why are you in a monkey form? And then Anjaneya starts his fantastic introduction. As important the conversation was between Hanuman and Sita, this conversation between Ravana and Hanuman is a conversation between two tremendously powerful individuals. Two tremendously powerful individuals who want to understand what the other person is thinking. Hanuman wants to know everything that Ravana can do. Ravana, on the contrary, wants to know who sent Hanuman, why is he here, how do I tackle him, and how do I keep Lanka away from more problems. So they both have lots of questions. They both are staring at each other. They don't have words coming out of their mouths very easily. They both are angry on each other. At this point, they have a tremendous conversation, which we will focus upon next week. தாழ்விலாத தன்மையும் தளர்ச்சியற்ற வன்மையும் தாழ்விலாத தன்மையும் தளர்ச்சி அற்ற வன்மையும் வாழ்வினால் பயன்களும் என் வாக்கிலே வளங்களும் வாழ்வினால் பயன்களும் என் வாக்கிலே வளங்களும் தாழ்விலாத தன்மையும் தளர்ச்சி அற்ற வன்மையும் தாழ்விலாத தன்மையும் தளர்ச்சி அற்ற வன்மையும் வாழ்வினால் பயன்களும் என் வாக்கிலே வளங்களும் வாழ்வினால் பயன்களும் என் வாக்கிலே வளங்களும் பக்தியில் கசிந்தலைந்து பாடுகின்ற பான்மையும் பக்தியில் கசிந்தலைந்து பாடுகின்ற பான்மையும் பாடுவோர் கனீக போக பாக்கியங்கள் மேன்மையும் பாடுவோர் கனீக போக பாக்கியங்கள் மேன்மையும். இப்போ இந்த லைன்ல வந்து in this paragraph, if you see a capital L, it's pronounced as la, the second la. If you see a ZH, it's pronounced as la. Roll your tongue all the way as far as you can, touch the upper part of your mouth and say la. Okay. Next, so since we covered this in our previous video, I'm not going slow on this. Next, I'll go slow. என்றுமோங்க என் கரத்தியற் இயற்கையான சித்தியும் என்றுமோங்க என்றுமோங்க என் கரத்தியற்கையான சித்தியும் என்றுமோங்க என் கரத்தியற்கையான சித்தியும் தந்து ஞான மூர்த்தியாய் தனித்து வைத்த சக்தியும் தந்து ஞான மூர்த்தியாய் தனித்து வைத்த சக்தியும் நாம கீர்த்தனம் பறந்து நாடெல்லாம் செழிக்கவும் நாம கீர்த்தனம் பறந்து நாடெல்லாம் செழிக்கவும் வேறிடாத இன்பம் பொங்கி வீடெல்லாம் விளங்கவும் வேறிடாத இன்பம் பொங்கி வீடெல்லாம் விளங்கவும். One more time. என்றுமோங்க என் கரத்தியற்கையான சித்தியும் தந்து ஞான மூர்த்தியாய் தனித்து வைத்த சக்தியும் நாம கீர்த்தனம் பறந்து நாடெல்லாம் செழிக்கவும் வேறிடாத இன்பம் பொங்கி வீடெல்லாம் விளங்கவும். ஞான தீபம் ஏற்றி எங்கும் நாம கீதம் பாடுவோம் ஞான தீபம் ஏற்றி எங்கும் நாம கீதம் பாடுவோம் தர்ம சக்தி வாழ்க என்று சந்ததம் கொண்டாடுவோம் தர்ம சக்தி வாழ்க என்று சந்ததம் கொண்டாடுவோம் ஞான தீபமேற்றி எங்கும் நாம கீதம் பாடுவோம் ஞான தீபமேற்றி எங்கும் நாம கீதம் பாடுவோம் தர்ம சக்தி வாழ்க என்று சந்ததம் கொண்டாடுவோம் தர்ம சக்தி வாழ்க என்று சந்ததம் கொண்டாடுவோம் ஞான தீபமேற்றி எங்கும் நாம கீதம் பாடுவோம் ஞான தீபம் ஏற்றி எங்கும் நாம கீதம் பாடுவோம் தர்ம சக்தி வாழ்க என்று சந்ததம் கொண்டாடுவோம் தர்ம சக்தி வாழ்க என்று சந்ததம் கொண்டாடுவோம் ஞான தீபமேற்றி எங்கும் நாம கீதம் பாடுவோம் ஞான தீபமேற்றி எங்கும் நாம கீதம் பாடுவோம் தர்ம சக்தி வாழ்க என்று சந்ததம் கொண்டாடுவோம் தர்ம சக்தி வாழ்க என்று சந்ததம் கொண்டாடுவோம் அன்னை 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 அன்பினிற்கு மங்களம் 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 ஆதிசக்தி அம்பிகை கனந்த கோடி மங்களம் ஆதிசக்தி அம்பிகை கனந்த கோடி மங்களம் என்னுள்ளே விளங்கும் எங்கள் ஈஸ்வரிக்கு மங்களம் என்னுள்ளே விளங்கும் எங்கள் ஈஸ்வரிக்கு மங்களம் இச்சையாவும் பூர்த்தி செய்யும் அம்பிகைக்கு மங்களம் இச்சையாவும் பூர்த்தி செய்யும் அம்பிகைக்கு மங்களம் அன்னை 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 அன்பினிற்கு மங்களம் ஆதிசக்தி அம்பிகை கனந்த கோடி மங்களம் என்னுள்ளே விளங்கும் ஈஸ்வரிக்கு மங்களம் இச்சையாவும் பூர்த்தி செய்யும் அம்பிகைக்கு மங்களம். ஒன் மோர் டைம். அன்னை 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 அன்பினிற்கு மங்களம் ஆதிசக்தி அம்பிகை கனந்த கோடி மங்களம் என்னுள்ளே விளங்கும் எங்கள் ஈஸ்வரிக்கு மங்களம் இச்சையாவும் பூர்த்தி செய்யும் அம்பிகைக்கு மங்களம். ஜெய் ஆதி பராசக்தி மாதா கி ஜெய். Okay, that's the part that I wanted to share in today's class. Now, with all of your input, we are going to write a Hanuman song. Okay, I'm going to introduce to you a song on Hanuman that we are going to write ourselves with your words, with your input, based on what you know so far about Hanuman. We will write a quick 4-line or 8-line song.